Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the mid-market madness, I guess. We're trying another one. People are saying extra late. I started at 9:20. It's still 9:20. That is not what being late is. SoFi hit a brand new, I was going to say 52-week high. That's not true. We're seeing brand new 3-year highs. If we jump this further back, look how long it's been since November 29th, 2021, since we've been at the prices that we are at today. If you had purchased any time during this future, you shall not be down. Okay, unless you messed around with some pretty interesting tools, you should be fine. Now, we actually ran up quite strongly just as I was preparing this live stream. Lots of green candles, quick pullback, but $18.18, the previous high we just hit, in the last couple days, but still we were able to surpass that even. And overall in the last 3 months or so, we're up 61%. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in our era, okay? So congratulations. Give yourself some pats on the back. Remember that you don't need to hold all of it on the way up. Depends on your situation. I'm not going to say, diamond hands. This is not my style. Obviously, if you do think that the company is going to continue to go higher, like I do, for example, I think that this stock is not even remotely done running in terms of where it's going to be over the next few years. I think that we're going to have a very, very bullish market over the next probably 4 years, particularly. Why did I get that number? I'll let you guys figure that out for yourself. But the 4 next years will probably be very bullish for markets. I'm sure there will be corrections during those times, but doesn't mean that overall debt markets will do well. SoFi will continue to put out new products, but that's the thing, right? Is that everyone wants to talk about, okay, well, where's SoFi money going to go? Where's SoFi Invest going to go? Where are all these products? What about the products that aren't being currently offered? And this is really why I think SoFi has ran over the last 3 months, is on the news of the loan platform business. Okay, this is a multi-$100 million run rate business, definitely for 2025. And it came out of nowhere just in the last quarter. Okay. So enjoy days like today. They're fun. But remember that in compounding markets, it's not just, I'm definitely not a swing trader. We are trying to find companies that are shaping the world and that are going to change for good, right? I'm trying to find early investments in PayPal in the early 2000s. These are the types of investments that I'm trying to find here, right? I don't want SoFi for 2025. I want SoFi for 2035, but I need to get in the ground floor now to be able to get there, right? So, okay. Oh my gosh, I'm loving the mid-market madnesses. It's way better timing for me. Awesome. Good stuff. Let's see here. I like green candles. Yeah, I'm going to cease all mid-market madnesses the second that we see any red candles. No, I'm kidding. I do like this format a lot better. The only problem is I need news, okay? And certain days there's a lot of news, way too much news to cover. But the stuff that I'm following, I don't know if you guys are necessarily interested in. Like, for example, today, the new operator tool by OpenAI is very exciting for me. This is the type of stuff that I'm reading about today. So if you guys are interested in that, we can definitely show you that 1820. Sweet. Actually, by the way, I wanted to show this off, by the way, too, because this is very interesting. Although Upstart is also running up 6% today as well. What's incredibly interesting is that Lending Club is down today. Usually these run in tandem, SoFi and Lending Club. They're in very similar industries, okay? Different customer counts, different styles, but Lending Club, for example, does actually have a loan platform business. They've had it for some time, okay? Now, they do less volume over their multiple, I think they've been doing it for at least over a year now, but they do less originations than SoFi did in their first quarter. So there's a level of scale here. But even then, whenever you look at Lending Club, their market cap, and you have to remember they have like 4.2 million different loans that they've given out. They're quite sizable in terms of their size of their overall book. They're a $2 billion company. SOFI, they're coming up on being a $20 billion company. So what's really interesting is this is almost the movement difference between like a Snowflake and a Palantir. People can look at them and say, wow, these are very similar businesses. They do the same things. They're probably going to win out on very similar customers. But then whenever you actually see the execution of those plans, what people are betting on is the different rates of compounding, right? If one company is compounding at, let's say, a 15% rate or a 20% rate, and the other one is operating at closer to a 35% rate, well, put 10 years behind both those numbers, you're going to get an extremely different result. So, this is sort of the thing that I like to focus on here. All right. But, okay, let's go ahead. I'm going to push this over to this screen right here and then bring up my other pieces of news here. So, what's very interesting, if you guys want to talk about some market news, Elon Musk, although not being named in the Stargate project in terms of one of the beneficiaries of some of these investments from Masayoshi Son and all the other investors that are going to come in, like Microsoft was already planning on investing $80 billion, but now it's sort of being looked at as this quote unquote Stargate project, but the CapEx spend for Microsoft was going to be 80 billion regardless. So it's actually changing. That's why you might see a lot of those companies take a hit today, is sort of the idea of what actually was it? Because there was government behind it, but it's not government funded, it's private funded. So why did government need to be a part of this? And, Sam Altman saying, oh, there's this $100 billion investment and that started yesterday, but yet the sites that they're building are like, they look like this. This didn't happen since yesterday. Right. So still absolutely very exciting for AI development, and hopefully like what Trump just said today, that the United States wants to be the absolute leader in AI and crypto. Very bullish going forward for if you're in those types of asset classes like I am, for example, then great. But let's just try to weigh the investment here. Is this 500 billion new dollars, or are you guys just counting your forward CapEx spend? So yeah. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys were in the Tech Frenzy yesterday, which is a live stream that we do after market close, we ended up talking about myself doing a weekly breakdown of a different company for course members only. And everyone was wondering what it was. It was a company called Shark Ninja, or SN. Okay. So I won't go through what the company is, all about, but it was a really fun show. And just to put everyone's, sort of comments at ease, it was this company right here, Shark Ninja. They own the two large $1 billion plus brands, Shark and Ninja. Very creative name. But if you go back, this company had IPO'd not too long ago. You can just see where people would be able to buy this company at $25 a share. And since July of 2025, July of 2023, you have seen an unbelievable run to $111 today. All right, so very interesting company. I am a massive proponent of their products. I like we were talking about. My house is essentially filled with all Ninja and Shark products, whether it's all the hair care stuff and tools that my girlfriend buys, or all the kitchen stuff that we buy for the house. It was a very interesting company to go through. Actually, let's keep this up. Let's keep the minutes flowing. And what we can also look at is the, terrible volume, but minute to minute on the SOFI 2X leverage fund. How much AUM do they have in here? 2.5 million? That's tiny, eh? 2.5 million, but it has been one heck of a start to that fund. Essentially, since they've created it, it has been running. Now, there's not going to be much history on this. Let's So started in January 16th, already up 31%. It was a good time to launch. Maybe a couple months earlier, whenever SoFi was at 7, and then you could watch it go up to 18. That would have been a freaking amazing 6x play for people to play in. But for now, let's just focus on SoFi here, bouncing off the 1820 mark once again. Let's break new highs today, ladies and gentlemen. 30 minutes to go. Can we get above 1820? Who's buying? Let's actually go here. I don't want to be a tiny head. I'm here to talk. Hey, so I heard about this, that there was going to be this secretive executive order. So that's what it was, eh? It was a national digital asset stockpile. So people got their Bitcoin reserve. Let's go check that out and see if I can get anything on this. All right. Reserve. Cool. What happened with Rocket Lab? I don't actually follow that company, but I know a lot of people who do, and they are seeing some good things there. Yeah, establish a presidential working group of digital asset markets tasked with developing a strategic national digital asset stockpile, and a working group. Oh, wow. And it's going to be led by the great and powerful David Sachs of PayPal. Cool. Well, he's not of PayPal. He's of Craft Ventures, but he started at PayPal. That he was part of the PayPal mafia. Very cool. So this should actually mean hopefully very easy way for a company like SoFi to get back into cryptocurrency as well. If you're going to have these very strong crypto policies, you're going to want, the ability for the largest financial institutions in the world to have access and play in those markets, right? The one thing that banks and financial institutions do well is run asset classes. Boom, new high. There you go. Trump also is ordering to release the final JFK assassination files. Trump has signed an executive order to finally declassify the last remaining files of the 1963 assassination of JFK. Trump is giving intelligence officers 15 days to prepare the JFK files for release, and 45 days for those related to RFK and and 45 days for those related for RFK and Martin Luther King Jr. Debunking conspiracy theories, eh? People are very happy, not very happening. I was reading something as I'm one of those people that if you're talking to me while I'm texting, I'll just start texting what you're saying. Okay. And SoFi pushing higher. New highs. Yes. Let's keep it going. We're in the golden age now, ladies and gentlemen. And that means SoFi goes to 1821. But we want 20 after earnings. Hoorah! Let's do it. Yeah, he's signing another one to create a crypto working group. David Sachs is going to run that. I said that. Just making sure we're all caught up on the news here. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we have a Discord down below. We actually just passed 1,000 members in the Discord after just starting it a couple of weeks ago. So great community there if you guys want to learn not only about SoFi and other fintech companies, potentially share due diligence there, but also in tech companies as well. Austin says, when are you moving to America? It doesn't work like that. I'm not a citizen, and I don't know if you guys heard about this, but you guys are kind of bumping up your your, whoa, red candle. You guys are bumping up your security in terms of getting the non-citizens out. So it's not as easy to move to America. Does Canada have capital gains tax? Yes, and it's very high. Like, so whenever I say it's 66%, people really freak out, but it's 66% of your income bracket. So for people that make above 250,000 a year, so that's essentially 33%. But yeah, 33% capital gains. Is your Discord when everyone comments at the same time? That is not a sentence. Is your Discord when everyone comments at the same time? Sorry, Doug, I'll let you try again. Yeah, so there's a new conservative party that's looking to get into power. Obviously, Justin Trudeau said he's not going up for re-election and that they are going to be potentially actually wanting to push the election back to find a new leader for the Liberal Party here. But the conservative leader said he's going to remove that and bring it back down to 50% or essentially 25% capital gains. We out here, Flesh. Flesh, big contributor to the Discord. I appreciate you, brother. I love the due diligence that people do in the Discord. It's a good place that if you guys have a company that you guys want to share or break down your sort of thesis there, that's what I'm going to try to do. It's also why we're doing those on the course member only live streams. I'm going to try to do a different company breakdown every single week. So by the end of the year, we'll have 52 different companies with tons of due diligence on all of them. It'd be a great way to, or great practice to sort of get into. And I'm trying to help create a lot of those templates and stuff to really easily break down that information. Any shares in SOFX? No, I don't personally have any, but right now they're up 6.82%, $27.16. Remember that if you're buying these, I would suggest not to buy them for the long term. These are more swing plays or swing trade plays. Whether you're looking at doing it for earnings or something like this, they're high MER funds, so they can eat into your profits if a company is going to be staying stagnant over a period of time. Yeah, there's a structure for the Discord. It's not a live chat. There's a bunch of different channels to talk in different areas. And if you guys are, well-knowledged in Discord or whatever, and think that there's room to be more structure in it, obviously there's a place that you can drop your suggestions in the Discord suggestion channel. Always looking for ways to make it better. Yeah, we have TFSAs, which are it's a tax-free account where you can invest. You're only allocated a certain amount per year to put there, but any amount that you actually grow actually adds to your contribution. And so you can get up to multi-hundred thousands or millions of dollars in your tax-free savings account if you've invested into, let's say, NVIDIA or Tesla or something like this. Those would actually add to your tax-free savings accounts, and then those would also be tax-free, like fully tax-free. Like I'm saying, like legitimately there's no consideration or yeah. If it drops below 18 right now, I'm going to go furious. I'm going to be furious. I think people are looking for some, because even with this crypto reserve information, I don't necessarily think that this means that we see SAB 121 like being revoked. So I need to see that. Obviously, I believe that will be the next step, very closely followed by these Bitcoin strategic reserves. And not just Bitcoin, by the way, it's digital asset reserves. So potentially this could be some, Ethereum plays in here, Solana, other coins that people might be interested in. But yeah. Wow. From Evercore ISI said, we expect that U.S. net immigration to be less than 0.1 million in 2025. 2.1 million lower than the latest baseline. Wow. Approximately 3/4 of that reduction is due to reduced inflows and 1/4 due to incremental deportations. Very interesting. SoFi now down to 1804. Maybe they got their news and now they're going. Who knows? Thomas says, thank you, Tanner. I wouldn't have had this conviction on SoFi if it wasn't for you. I don't know if that's the right thing that I want to be giving out here, but thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm not just trying to get everyone to to get into SoFi. Obviously, I think that it's everyone's right to, buy a company, hold it for as long as they possibly want, and then sell. I'm not like, keep timing enhancing until this hits 100. Do I hold Bitcoin? Yes, I do hold Bitcoin. Not a lot of it comparatively to Solana. Solana is definitely the biggest digital, or I was going to say digital asset. Let's just call it crypto. Not as large as Solana, but yeah, I hold some Bitcoin. And then at the bottom, I hold a little bit of Ethereum, but it's the lowest out of the three. And I don't hold any others. Not holding on to Melania coin or something like this. I've never held a meme coin, not even Doge. MD just said, I just bought. You should see. Oh, there's MD. Oh, buddy. Go on. Oh, sorry, man. I just bought. You should see green candles soon. That's so funny. Keep an eye out for it. I bought $100. But these are volatile markets. Remember, we're looking on a minute-to-minute basis. This is even where we've seen it today. So keep in your mind the perspective of what we're looking at here. All right. Remember, this is the picture. But let's go back to the minute-to-minute because it is fun. MD, hey, you know what, man? This is a long-term play. Thanks, AJ. I appreciate that. You know what's crazy? I was actually following some news on PayPal. So, aside from some of the regular news that we always see, like, for example, John Kim just left the other day, but Tom Nash, speaking of, I saw someone talk about other creators in here, and he posted about this fact. He said, hey, my account is linked to PayPal, like his Patreon, and now it just says that he's being permanently canceled. You can no longer use PayPal as we've decided to permanently limit your account after a review. Oh, that's good. That's really great. So, he's trying to reach out. Alex Chris said, Tom, the team will review immediately and be in touch shortly. But he still hasn't even been contacted. So, I don't know. I DM'd Tom. I was like, did they get it figured out? He was like, no, not yet. I'm like, oh my gosh. And the weird part is that I see this a lot from creators of, oh, why has my account just been randomly banned? And it happens a lot. And usually, from what I see, like I saw Kelly go through this. I saw, there was a couple other ones. I don't want to name them and then be wrong, however. So, but a couple of them. And then Alex Chris always responds, they get it figured out and then they have no problems. But what about the mass amount of people that this could be happening to, where they don't have 100,000 plus followers on X to then say, hey, let's make a big stink out of this so then they fix it. Like, obviously, if you have the power, do it. Like, I mean, no fault of Tom's. I would have done the exact same thing. You're blocking my way to make money. But like, there's not everyone has a voice like that. That would be really bad. Yeah. Like, crazy. I'm glad all the paper hand weenie babies are selling. Okay. We're really getting the meme crowd going now. Zach, how's it going, buddy? It's good to see you with the new wrench. You know what? I always hear this. I never hear a lot of people say that they're big fans of PayPal. Okay. I always hear people say that they stop using it and they don't like it for this reason or that reason. They use something else. But yet, like, even for the services that I offer, like 30% of the volume goes through PayPal. I'd probably say 30% of the orders are through PayPal. A lot of people use PayPal. Okay. I would have said more. Like, whenever I originally offered it, it was like closer to 50%. But I'm dealing with smaller numbers than, you know, what potentially large e-commerce players think how much their volume flows through PayPal. Because you got to remember, about 25% of the entire world's e-commerce purchases go through PayPal each year. And that's growing, by the way, not shrinking. PayPal was bigger because of eBay. I mean, all that's kind of gone now. They have more gross merchandise volume today or gross payment volume today than they did back then. I switched to Stripe and my sales went up. So weirdly enough, I use both. On the service that I have, if you want to use card or anything like that, then it goes through Stripe. And then if you want to use PayPal, then it goes through PayPal. Palantir will have a massive dump soon. Ticking time bomb, way overvalued, says Lee. Yeah, but then Trump comes out and says he wants the whole world to have, their defense budget set at like 5%. And then, all these Stargate projects, 500 bit, like, I don't know. What is great is that Palantir continues to have an unbelievable stream of good news to have the stock get pushed to higher and higher limits. What I think is something that I'm focused on, forget about the news. Let's wait till the quarter actually comes out, and then we can pick it apart. Okay, because I don't think a 10 peg on a stock is ever reasonable, ever, especially whenever you're growing at 30+%. And now some of the Ultra Bulls go, oh, well, it might get up to 50%, and that would be phenomenal. But let's, I want to see more than potentially just 50% if they have a 10 peg. Like, look at NVIDIA. You don't get this level of multiple, and, you're growing at way, way higher rates than that, and even into the years to come. What is SoFi's peg ratio? At these levels, right about 0.8, 0.85. Less than 1. Oh, the market likes that. Yeah, no, the peg ratio for SoFi is less than 1. So we got a lot of run to go. Just in case the institutions are watching. Tanner, just curious, but why do you think we get sell-offs like we just did on SoFi? 20 plus cents in a couple of minutes. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to speculate on that. I would have no clue. People trade. There might be some more evidence to know what is going on there, but I don't actually follow minute-to-minute trades. You'd have to ask more of a trader for that. Let's see what else. Sorry, I'm just skimming the news here in live time to see if we have any more crypto information. Right now, I'm following the news on OpenAI as well. This is very exciting for me. They just came out with a new tool called Operator, which will essentially be able to use your computer's mouse, okay, or Kua, and actually agents will be able to use your mouse, do things like order groceries or book travel or something like this. But I think the important part, or what I would sort of say, is try to pair all of these together. Look at a AI powered mouse that can control your computer, match that to the tasks product of scheduling it for later or repeat work. And you can start to see how agents would potentially be able to automate work at really fast rates without needing built-in APIs for two different websites to talk to each other. That's the thing. You can connect two businesses together, like what Zapier does very well, and they can talk without needing that mouse. But then whenever you need things that are sort of not connected to each other, or services that might be even on premises, not on websites, on your own local device, having an AI that can go in there and operate a computer the way a human would, sort of an insane feat. Tanner, to add urgency, can you add red flashing light sirens for the emergency daytime videos? There's going to be, I'm going to set up a whole emergency room back here. Big megaphone, sirens, alarms, all of it. Tanner, do you think a big five bank tech partnership would be announced on earnings, or would that be a separate event? So it could be now, and this is what I'll tell you, is whenever looking at SoFi's guidance for 2024 for the tech platform, what they said is we believe that we're going to see 20% gains for 2024. Then they revised that down and they said, well, we actually think it's going to be high teens. And then they revised it down. They said mid to high teens. And now it's low to high teens. Well, why are you extending the bottom but not bringing the top down with you? And what I think it is that they are very close to closing a large client, but they don't know if it's going to close in Q4 or if it's going to close in Q1. So there could be one that ends up happening. Now, we've been very bullish in Q4, so it could have potentially happened. But really, my eyes are going to be focused on the lending platform this quarter. You look to like Eric Schopenhauer, the sort of leader of the lending platform for SoFi, the executive vice president of Borrow, and he just bought $500,000 of SoFi more at $16.50. Whenever everyone was like, "Oh, this is the top, ladies and gentlemen. This is as high as it's going to get." Who's buying at $16.50? He bought $500,000 more dollars of SoFi on top of what he already gets in his options. That's very hard for insiders to do, especially insiders that are not founders. These are just regular employees. And he's going, you know what? I don't have enough of the stock that I'm buying. And so he bought it open market. He didn't exercise an option that he had with the company. He just bought in open market. He bought shares like people are buying right now. You know. So what is that saying about what they are seeing, not only in the company's Q4, which probably is a little bit like you could put a touch of, hey, is this insider trading? Are you trading on information that's not public? But he would probably tell you, and he would argue that no, the company's always doing good every quarter, but what I'm looking forward to is the future prospects of the business. You know, we just developed a loan platform business. We have this roadmap for the company going forward, and we just see a lot of potential growth there. And so I want more shares. That is very exciting for me. That's very exciting. Let's see here. Zach says the loan platform business is an incredible business that wasn't on anyone's radars as investors. Makes me hopeful that every few years we'll have something positive come out that just wasn't on anyone's radar. No, I agree. I think that that's a good perspective. It's one of the best things about buying compounding businesses is like, if you were buying Amazon early days, think about all the things that you would just have zero understanding, like, or zero way of trying to. You're buying an online bookseller, okay? Then they start getting into things like, the Kindle e-readers. What the heck is that? That's not what we bought. That's crazy innovation, okay? Or potentially Audible, or getting into other sales with other products that aren't just books, potentially doing it with third-party sellers, offering your own services, doing that internationally, offering Amazon Web Services, which was probably the biggest unknown of like, hey, wait, what the heck? There's so many add-ons that they were actually doing to improve their own back end and then just realized that they could sell it themselves. This is why I said on a call recently on the SOFI, the SOFI, what do you call it? Weekly episode that we were trying to predict earnings. I was talking about whenever looking at SOFI's acquisitions, do we want more stuff for SOFI in terms of like business banking and more student loan stuff or credit card acquisitions or international businesses, or do we want stuff just for the AWS portion, the technology platform business, and then we can just give that benefit to ourselves and then also sell it? So that's what I hope is what SOFI does. Is very similar to Amazon, where they buy for their tech platform, they focus on their tech platform, and then they integrate that with their own software. Back above 18. The fight for 18 is strong, eh? Only Jim Cramer can F this up. I mean, Jim Cramer's been positive on SoFi for a long time. It's definitely been the one where he could say he's actually right for the first time. Billy Jack says, Tanner, we need a new bank update. I mean, there's some stuff. I just recently showed off the fact that they have 10 million users on their platform in Mexico, which is insane. We just celebrated the fact that SoFi just got there. Nubank just, had 5 million members last year, and now they have 10 million this year. It's incredible. They've doubled in the last year. They've made an unbelievably large size business in another geography that just came out of nowhere. Close. Close. All right. We're closed. We closed above 18, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations. GG. What stock apps do I prefer? I'm in Canada, so I like Simple. I like Moomoo. I like their desktop platform for sure, but Simple's good because they have the banking side and all the credit products as well. SoFi talks about becoming a top 10 bank. Tanner, can you put on your Uber bull hat and talk about it becoming number one someday? That's a long way off. If it was going to become number one in terms of market cap, it'd need to do something along the lines of a cowbell. Someone said cowbell. That's hilarious. If they were to become the top like number one bank in terms of market cap, they need to do something that would, be really like what Tesla did for the automotive business. They would need to end up getting a nice premium that is way above the amount of actual customers and deposits and revenue that they're actually bringing in, because people believe that something more can happen into the future. And Elon Musk is really good at selling that picture. Anthony Noto will need to get good at selling that. Let's see here. Tanner, AMD thoughts? I don't like them the way I like, NVIDIA. I think NVIDIA is the real company that people should be focused on. But yeah. For stocks in aftermarkets right now, Texas Instruments is reporting, just in case anyone is interested. I don't follow that company. I don't care. But that would probably be the only real name tonight that would be reporting if anyone here is a shareholder. Sirens, megaphones, and cowbells. Yeah. I think I have a megaphone somewhere. I probably have a megaphone. One second. I got a megaphone. I just heard something fall in my closet after I closed it. NVIDIA versus AMD is like Apple versus BlackBerry. Agreed. I mean, I don't know if I'd put it to that extent, but yeah, I'm definitely a favorite for NVIDIA. I just find that AMD has absolutely no software, and they've needed to look externally, and even then they're having extreme problems on the software side. And yeah. So NVIDIA is really, really good on that side. Big fan of them that way. And the premium that everyone says that NVIDIA holds is true, but it's based on how fast they're growing. They're growing really fast. They do have pricing power. I don't think that that's going to shrink for a long time. And then by then, they'll probably hold up pricing power on other points, on robotics, on autonomous cars. Rivian just came out and said that they are creating a system for hands-free driver assistance systems in 2025 and eyes-off systems for 2026. Tanner, do you use Wealthsimple for U.S. stocks and pay the conversion fee? So you can create a U.S. account in Wealthsimple. You can even create U.S. cash accounts, and then you can get U.S. dollars to be placed into the U.S. cash accounts. So no, I don't. I keep all my U.S. stocks in Wealthsimple, but I don't pay a conversion fee. I'm getting U.S. dollars from the work that I do. Google pays me. They're a U.S. company. I get paid in U.S. dollars. The courses and stuff that I sell online are in US dollars, and I get paid out in US dollars. They go into US cash accounts, and go into my investing US accounts as well. If anyone's interested in a Wealth Simple video on like how to do that or whatever, I was thinking about it. It's just like, I think like something like 8% of my audience is only Canadian. So if you guys see a Wealth Simple video, I might tag it like, hey, this is only for Canadians. And like, I'll mean it. But yeah. Oh, Money Mentor. Man, I saw you in the chat the other day saying, it's Shark Ninja, it's Shark Ninja, it's Shark Ninja. It was Shark Ninja, by the way. We did an amazing breakdown of Shark Ninja. Love their products. The company is absolutely amazing. Not taking in a position in it right now. It is on the more expensive side versus their peers. But like whenever I do like those sort of golf score sheets with all the different companies that I'm investing in, whenever placing Shark Ninja versus all of their peers, they come number one, which is really interesting. Let's see here. SOFI is 100% of my portfolio. This man, you've benefited greatly, honestly. I mean, just over the last little bit, you've practically tripled your money if you've held since 6. You've been around for a while, so that's probably the case. But, and if not, if you weren't doing even more things on top of that. So congratulations, closing above 18. That's freaking amazing. But, also be careful too. Diversification is good, especially as your account gets larger. I think if people have like smaller accounts, like, I don't want to say a number, but there is a certain amount where if you do lose it all, it's not too terrible to start over because there's only so many paychecks you might need to replenish an account that's a couple $1,000s or $10,000 or something. But are they making a swirl ice cream maker? Because I know about the Ninja Creamy or whatever, but they're making like one of those. That's cool. I know about the slushy ones and the crispy or the creamy ones. I was gonna get one. It's just too much space, honestly. For like literally one thing to make like ice cream, it's gonna take up like a whole thing in my kitchen. Do I have defensive stocks in my portfolio? Unfortunately, I do not. During really hard times like 2022, I get destroyed. But I just don't care. I buy more. I don't have quarterly reports. I don't have anyone that I need to potentially report to say, hey, look where my account is. Look at all these things in these specific times. I just, so it allows me to do very, very well whenever times are good because I don't have any hedges during that point, and I don't have hedges whenever things are bad. But the good part is that I don't pull out of my investments to fund my lifestyle. I'll diversify when SoFi hits $45 in 2025. Hey, that's the great thing about investing. You do what you want. So next, I'll just give it away because I think it might actually just be better for everyone. Next week, I'm doing another due diligence thing on Wednesdays for course members. Futureinvesting.pro, by the way, if anyone's interested. There's no coupon codes, so sorry. But AMD will be the next company. I'll just leak it now. AMD is the next business. And then we'll probably do all the fun ones for people. So Grab is probably going to be on there. Yeah, we'll do a couple of the fun ones. But those are the ones that I'm thinking about right now. And I've already started to work on my AMD one. So that's the one we're going to do. Hey, Tanner, I watch or listen to almost every episode offline. Had to stop by and say hi. Hey, how's it going? Thank you so much for dropping by. Hit the like button, says clap my dog. Okay. What is it about Grab Holdings? Well, a lot of people are very interested in this company right now, especially on YouTube. There's a growing investing community of people interested in this digital bank slash ride hailing service, Grab, in parts of Asia. Awesome job with the Discord, by the way. Nice to interact with people. Yeah, it's great. It's great. I will throw up this really quick so then people can see the link here. It's also the same link that's in the Discord. If I heard some people don't actually like using QR codes, so if you don't want to, and by the way, I don't know about your phone, but with mine, whenever I go to scan it, it shows me what the link is that it's going to send me to. So it's not a short link or anything like this where it disguises the link. It is just a Discord link. But you could just use the one in the description as well. I think YouTube actually recognizes it as a Discord link and changes it to look like a Discord button. Or at least that's what it does on my device. SoFi can hit $25 in the near future. Well, I wouldn't say that nobody should sell until then. I think that people have different investing objectives, and that's really important to follow. All right. Sorry, just reading markets here really quickly. The S&P 500 just hit a record new close. Let's go ahead and click over to that. We're in 1 minute charts. Step away. Look at that right there. Woo, buddy. It's a lot of green. It's a lot of green candles, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's see here. Would I consider doing a video revamping a whole portfolio? 200? No. No. I'm not doing I can't give financial advice, so trying to revamp one singular person's portfolio is like legitimately financial advice. Although I'm not a financial advisor anymore, I was. And I'm pretty sure that holds a lot of like potential problems going forward if I think I'm still pretty liable for that stuff. So, yeah. That's the sexiest thing I've ever seen. What, this right here? little wait, where is it? Little one of those? That is sexy. You know what? You're right. That's very funny. What I found so interesting today, though, is that Lending Club was down while SoFi was up 2.5%. That's super weird. Alan Pawlski put in sort of an idea. He's like, are people rotating out of Lending Club in getting into SoFi, realizing that they are potentially on the wrong side of history here. If I am a financial advisor, I can legally give financial advice if I know the person. One, I'm not a financial advisor anymore. I quit in October, like you said. Wait, I quit? Yeah, in October. Sold my book, got out of the practice, but sold my book of business, by the way. I don't have like a book on being a financial advisor. It's a book of clients. But what's it called? I really need to know the person. I don't know this person. Okay. I don't know their risk tolerance. I don't know who they are. I don't know their age. So no, I can't give financial advice. I could say on YouTube, I could say, hey, look what I'm doing. The same way that a magazine can say, oh my God, buy NVIDIA, or Jim Cramer can say, hey, buy this. Cause he's not making a statement, hey, Tanner, go buy this thing. He's saying it just in a general sense, which is a weird caveat, but it does work that way, it seems. Am I employed? Nope. Unless you mean what I'm doing right now, but no. No, I'm not I make enough money doing this. I'm the Manson family is comfortable. We're good. Am I allowed to say what my book size was? I can say how many clients I had, maybe. I won't say the dollar figure, but I had over 800 clients. Yeah. You should live with a mitt. I said that once he gets his thing set up, that would be cool, but we're in different situations. He's a single man chasing his dreams, man, and I'm so freaking proud of him. I hope he gets everything that he wants, but I honestly have like a very like a house, a dog, a wife, a cat, a white picket fence style suburban household living. like, yeah. Yeah, I quit my job. I didn't want to talk to old people. The average age of my client was 63. Okay. And you're not talking about crypto, you're not talking about Tesla, you're talking about holistic planning, a lot of estate planning, insurance stuff. It was interesting. I learned a lot, but it wasn't what I initially thought it was going to be whenever I joined, because a lot of the money, the real money, comes with age. And obviously there's a lot different. There's so many more fixed income products that people want to get into. A lot of government bond stuff. It's just boring. I just didn't like it. And I'm growth on, full to the brim, which is, really good if you're dealing with certain clients, young clients, 30s, 40s. These sort of people can handle that risk. But yeah. I'll rephrase it. If you had $200,000 a day to start a brand new portfolio, how would you look at it? Let's say you're in your late 40s with medium risk. That is hilarious. I think that I don't know, man. ETFs might be good. I don't know. Do I watch hockey? No, I don't watch any sports. That's hilarious. Tanner, you do karate, right? No. I was doing jujitsu for a little bit. I guess that for people who don't care, that might be called karate. Karate's like a dance. I don't do that. I'm not sitting there practicing my little arm movements. Man, I don't know what it is today. Maybe it's SoFi across $18. I'm having an absolute blast. This is why I wanted to do this more and less being an actual financial advisor, because oh, this is a lot more fun. And I also found that the competition here is much stronger, right? Like if you're doing stuff at a local level, one, the total addressable market can only get so big for the business that you're trying to grow it as just like a regular financial advisor. Now you can go to places like New York and that TAM can get pretty big. But for me, the local sort of idea was not big enough. I couldn't utilize a lot of the internet stuff that I wanted. There was a lot of regulations between, like, if you were going to post something, then you'd have to let a compliance team oversee what you were going to post, stuff like this. It was just terrible. And then it started getting weird near the end because they knew about the YouTube channel and everything. And they were like, hey, like, you cannot do YouTube. And I was like, well, I'm not going to stop doing YouTube. So I did that still for about a year. They didn't even complain, but I was actively in like a lot of emails just saying like, hey, I'm not going to stop. This has been an absolute dream idea of mine of starting the YouTube channel. And, it's been the most fun that I've ever had. So it's either me at like whenever I quit, which I was 26, keep going down that route, and which I also didn't believe in the industry either. I thought AI is going to take my job, or do what I love, have some fun, talk to a more broader, larger audience that is potentially global. There's people here talking that they've said that they're in the Netherlands. I could never potentially talk to someone that was in the Netherlands, So, I did BJJ and got choked out in my first match. Everyone gets choked out in their first match. It's your first time. Tanner, has my top 5 changed? Yes, it has actually. SoFi has entered into my top 5, and Airbnb has fell out of my top 5. Oh, and second and third, which was Shopify and Tesla, has now gone like that. And Tesla's become my second, and Shopify has become my third. But NVIDIA is so far out in the lead right now, it's not even close. And what's so funny is Shopify used to be my number 1, which is crazy. And just like no fault of its own, it continues to grow. But it's just, that is such a good problem to have, right? Is whenever one, company just grows faster, they're all growing, but one outgrows the rest. Those are good problems to have. Airbnb is another story. That's a conversation for another day. Turning out to be a much longer belief. Tanner, thank you so much for talking to me. And since we look like, I feel like I feel like I'm a good investor. Well, my background is half Dutch. My mother's Dutch on her side, so that's probably why we look alike. They're all from the Netherlands. Ooh, crack my mid back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've already been live for 1 hour and 4 minutes. SoFi is 10 or 6-4. No. Are there any positions that you're trying to grow currently? Yes, I'm growing 3 positions right now. That's NVIDIA, Google, and Amazon. I've been buying those, liking them a lot. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching. Really do appreciate your time. But bye for now.